Christie was recently at a campaign event talking about how he's able to mesh his strong religious beliefs, he is a Catholic, with his political beliefs as well. And sometimes they don't necessarily meld together naturally. It creates some potential imbalances, but he believes he's a smart man, he can work through them. However, the example he chose to give, I would have advised against. Let's watch.
I'm a Catholic, but I've used birth control. And not just the rhythm method, okay? So, my church has a teaching against birth control. Does that make me an awful Catholic? Because I believe and practiced that function during part of my life. I don't think so.
Okay, really fast. We're gonna get to the substance of that, but can we play that back and just keep your eye on the guy sitting in the foreground in front of Christie, his reaction to the rhythm method joke.
I'm a Catholic, but I've used birth control. And not just the rhythm method, okay? So, my church has a teaching against birth control.
This is a Christie fan, almost certainly.
Yeah. It's like,
oh you big idiot.
Quit. I don't want to visualize you saddling up.
And it's not just, okay, like Christie's mission is not just for you to picture him having sex, but without a condom.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Or with a condom. I don't want to, he has to have a string.
That's awful. That's awful.
He has to have a string tied to it so he can, the point.
I don't condone that.
I heard about because this is all about abortion and this and that.
Yes.
And he's trying to seem moderate, even though the GOP, they're developing an app right now that lets women directly ask old men what they can and can't do with their bodies.
Oh, like links them up.
Yeah.
That's
so
very
you go, Bob, you go, hey, old white guy, is it okay if I take a birth control pill? It has an extra hormone. Is that okay with your God? So old white men, I think, know best what women of reproductive age should be doing with their bodies.
You could have ended that sentence after know best. Yeah, Amy Schumer actually has an amazing skit about it's basically like an ad for birth control. It's, talk to your doctor about what would be best for you. Then talk to your employer about what would be best for you. Talk to your priest about what would be best for you. So she's a smart cookie. So look, I do agree that it is difficult. I agree with Christie that your religious beliefs, your political beliefs, people manage that in different ways. We know that Kerry, for instance, is a Catholic, but is not going to, politically, he disagrees quite a bit with Christie. That is difficult at times. But yes, he's trying to appear to be some sort of moderate when it comes to these issues. But look, I did some research into his past. In 2013, he vetoed family planning funding in New Jersey. That was the 5th time. He's strongly opposed to abortion, although in 1996 he was pro-choice. He came up with, I think you were on the day, he told the story about hearing a fetal heartbeat, and that changed his mind. It had nothing to do with politics at all. It was just the heartbeat. He's for parental notifications for abortions, a 24-hour waiting period, and he cut state funding for birth control in New Jersey as well. So you can't get the abortion, but you also can't get help in getting your birth control. That is the moderate in the Republican Party when it comes to these sorts of issues.
Yes, he's the moderate on this. That's right. He's the guy who's supposed to be able to appeal to the centrists out there. This guy.
Yeah.
This guy. And I love how also it's like, hey, I'm a Catholic, but guess what? When it suits me, I tell Catholic Church to go fuck themselves.
Exactly, yeah.
I want to punch the Holy See right in their face when it comes to...
That is moderate.
So again, I'm Catholic when it's convenient for me to be Catholic, and I'm not Catholic when it's inconvenient for me to be Catholic. I use my religion as a political football. I'm a horrible person.
Yeah.
If there's a hell, I'm certainly going there.
Yeah, and I'm pro-choice when it's politically helpful to me, and I'm pro-life when it's, or pro-birth, I should say, when that is politically helpful to me. Yeah.
Yes.
The guy who is supposed to be above the sort of cynical view of politics, he's supposed to be a realist, once again shows himself to be no better than the other 85 Republicans currently running for the presidency.
He got... Pharaoh, right? The Triple Crown winner. So the first Triple Crown winner we've had in over 36 years, 7 years like that. So I think that Pharaoh might be from New Jersey. So they were having some kind of ceremony at a racetrack the other day, and they're giving an award. And Christie was there, so they introduced, and the governor of New Jersey is here, Christie, and they started booing and would not stop.
Yeah.
No, I don't know where that video is, but if someone could find that video,
That would be awesome.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, we showed the polls too, by the way, that New Jerseyans do not support him becoming president.
No.
Look, it's hard to win nationally, obviously, if you're running for the presidency. But if you can't even convince the people who have had a number of years of experience with you, it's going to be even harder. People know what this guy is like. He's got the name recognition. He's got the personality recognition. People recognize that they don't like it.
Yeah, he missed his chance. His chance was 2012.
Prior, yeah.
His chance was 2012. He stuck around. It's like,
It was a bridge too far to wait.
Very nice. It's like, Chris, if you hang around long enough, that stink that you smell, everyone else is going to start to smell it. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened, right? Yeah. So he started rotting from the inside out, and people can smell it now. And his what was pretend frank talk now is just looked at as a bully covering up corruption, which is exactly what he's doing. Exactly. And it's obvious to people.
Yeah. Yeah, look, last thing, it's legal to get an abortion in America. Yeah. It's legal to use birth control in America. That is the reality. If they want to try to change those laws, to fundamentally change the constitutional legality of those things, then fine, we can have that ideological, that philosophical argument. But the trying to make it difficult or expensive or inconvenient, it is petty bullshit. And as a country, we should be past that. We should be beyond this. We're already decades past the making legal birth control and abortions. Christie is just one of another petty bastards trying to make it harder for you to exercise your constitutional rights, and we need to move past it as a country.